Hello friends, myself Dr. Mamta from Galgodias University, Greater Noida. Welcome to EPG Pathshala. Today I will be discussing about what is forensic toxicology, what are the different branches of toxicology, and how toxic substances can be classified into different categories depending upon their properties. And these properties may be their mode of action, how does a poison act, where does it act, which particular system it affects. These properties may be their physical state, how it exists in nature, that is solid, liquid or gas. These properties may be their intention behind the application, that is whether it is used for homicidal purpose, suicidal purpose or is accidentally ingested, etc. Along with these poison, these can be classified on the basis of their extraction methods from biological samples. So this was an overview of this module, but the main emphasis will be on the forensic toxicology and classification of poisons. So let us come to the toxicology. Toxicology deals with the study of adverse effect of chemical substances on biological system due to their exposure. It includes study of mode of action of poisons, symptoms of poison and treatments associated with the poisoning along with their detection in biological system. Now, what are the different branches of toxicology? Branches of toxicology, there are various branches of toxicology, that is analytical toxicology, clinical toxicology, forensic toxicology, veterinary toxicology, aquatic toxicology, environmental toxicology, etc. And these branches will be discussed one by one. Analytical toxicology. Analytical toxicology deals with the evaluation of toxic substances present in a biological specimen as well as in raw form or crude form, and their evaluation involves identification and quantification of poisons using various analytical techniques. The second category is clinical toxicology. Clinical toxicology deals with the diagnosis and treatment of humans poisoning. And next is forensic toxicology. Forensic toxicology deals with the analysis of toxic substances which involve various methods to study the poisonous substances to aid the legal investigation to know the cause of poisoning. It is medico-legal aspect of clinical poisoning. Now, veterinary toxicology. Veterinary toxicology is the specialized branch of toxicology which deals with the study, diagnosis and treatment of various toxic compounds present in the animal kingdom. Next is aquatic toxicology. Aquatic toxicology deals with the adverse effect caused by toxic substances on aquatic system. Next is environmental toxicology. Environmental toxicology deals with the ill effects of environmental toxicants on a human, animal, plants, on the environment itself. Environmental toxicants are the compounds which are released into environments from various sources such as disposal from industries, hospitals, domestic wastage, etc., which may be degradable or non-degradable. These were the different branches of toxicology. Now, poisonous substance is a substance which when administered, inhaled or swallowed by living organism causes ill effects, and these ill effects can be manifested by various specific and non-specific symptoms, and toxic substances may be solid, liquid, gas or any environmental agent. So how these toxic compounds can be classified? The classification of poisons can be classified in various categories depending upon their mode of action, physical state and medico-legal classification, toxicological classification. As now the first is on the basis of mode of action. On the basis of mode of action, poison can be classified into corrosive poison, irritant poison, neurotic poison, cardiac poisons, asphyxiants and miscellaneous poison. So the first category is corrosive poisons. Corrosive poisons are the poisons which cause inflammation at the site of contact. Both strong acids, alkali, come under this category. Strong acids includes concentrated sulfuric acid, nitric acid and hydrochloric acid. Strong bases, in strong bases it includes both hydroxide carbonates, that is sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide and ammonium hydroxide, etc. And in carbonates it includes sodium carbonate, potassium carbonate, etc. Irritant poison are the poison which causes irritation, pain and excessive vomiting, and these irritant poisons are further divided into inorganic poisons, organic poisons and mechanical poisons. Inorganic poisons. In inorganic poisons, the poisons are consisted of both metallic and non-metallic compounds. Metallic poison includes heavy metals such as lead, arsenic, mercury, antimony, bismuth, silver, copper, zinc, etc. Non-metallic includes halides such as chloride, bromide, zinc chloride, ferrous chloride, phosphate, nitrate, nitrite, etc. And organic poisons contains both vegetable poisons as well as animal poisons. Animal poisons includes snake venom, scorpion venom, cantharides, etc. Cantharide is an uncommon term. What are cantharides? Cantharides are the Spanish fly. The powder of the dried body of this fly is greyish brown in color and contains shiny green particles, and the active principle of these particles is canthardine. These canthardines are act as irritant poison. In vegetable poison, there is a huge class of poisons which contains various plants which are toxic in nature. For example, croton, castor, calotropis, nux vomica, Abrus precatorius, caner, etc. And one should familiar about these plants. So I will give a brief introduction about these plants. What is croton? In croton, seeds are active part and croton oil is the active principle, and croton oil is obtained by the extraction of croton seeds. In vegetable poison, there is the active part and active principle. Active part means the part of plant which contains toxic compound, and this compound is known as a toxic principle or active principle, while the active principle is a compound which is responsible for its toxic action. The next vegetable poison is a castor. In this, entire plant is poisonous, and castor plant is cultivated for its oil and is known as a castor oil. The oil is obtained after extraction of seeds which contains active principle known as ricin, and it's a toxalbumine which acts as an irritant. The next vegetable poison is calotropis. It is also known as madar. An acrid milky juice is obtained by incision of leaves and stems, and this milky juice is responsible for its toxic action. And next plant is nux vomica. It is also known as Strychnus nux vomica. The seeds of nux vomica are poisonous, which contains active principle known as strychnine. It stimulates all parts of central nervous system, especially the spinal cord, and causes muscles contraction, which can lead to convulsions and finally death. Next poison is Abrus precatorius. It is also known as rati in India, and it is known for its irritant action. Active principle in this poison is abrine, and it is also known as sui poison as it is used in the form of a sui to cause harm. Another category of plant is oleander. It is also known as a caner. In this, the milky juice exudes from the plants is poisonous in nature. Now, the mechanical poison. Mechanical poisons are the poisons which causes irritation, perforation, obstruction in the gastrointestinal tract. For example, powder glass, diamond dust, chopped hairs, etc. The another category is neurotic poisons. Neurotic poisons are the poisons which affects the different parts of the central nerve system, such as cerebral poison, spinal poison, peripheral poison, etc. And these constitutes of following poisons. The first category of this such type of a poison is a cerebral poison. Alcohol, opium, barbiturates, benzodiazepine, etc. are the example of cerebral poisons and are the central nervous system depressing agent. In spinal poison, the most common and important example of spinal poison is strychnine, that is derived from Strychnus nux vomica. From the seed of Strychnus nux vomica, In this, the unbroken seeds of Nux vomica are not poisonous due to the presence of hard pericarp, which is insoluble in digestive juice, while when the seeds are broken or chewed, it stimulates all parts of central nerve system and particularly spinal cord and causes muscles contraction, which can lead to convulsions and death. The another category is peripheral poison. Peripheral poisons are the poisons which affects peripheral nerves of the brain, such as curare. What is curare and how it acts? It is a plant poison. It's an alkaloid which causes weakness of the skeletal muscles and when administered in a sufficient dose causes death by asphyxiation due to paralysis of the diaphragm. The another category is cardiac poison. Cardiac poisons are the poisons which affects the cardiac system, for example, digitalis, tobacco, etc. Tobacco is a very common term. It is the preparation that is rich with the nicotine which is obtained from the tobacco plant and used for smoking and affects the cardiac system, while digitalis is a genus of about 20 species of herbaceous, perennials and shrubs, and it is used for drug preparation that contains cardiac glycoside which causes arterial and venous contraction. Another category is asphyxiant. Asphyxiant are the category of poisons which causes asphyxia to cell or tissue. What is asphyxia? Asphyxia is a condition of insufficient supply of oxygen which result into cell death, and the best and common example of asphyxiant are carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, etc. How carbon dioxide acts? Why carbon dioxide is known as an asphyxiant? What is the action mechanism of carbon monoxide? Carbon monoxide binds with the hemoglobin of a blood and forms a stable compound, carboxyhemoglobin, and reduces the oxygen carrying capacity of a blood and results into asphyxia. Now, the last category of this poison is miscellaneous poison. In miscellaneous poison, it includes analgesic, antipyretics, antidepressant, etc. So, it was the classification of poison based on their modes of action, how they act and where they act. Now, let us come to the second classification, that is on the basis of their physical state. Based on physical state, poisons can be grouped into solid, liquid and gaseous poisons. Solid poisons do not get absorbed easily into the blood. These should be dissolved properly in liquid to get absorbed. For example, lead, arsenic, mercury, etc. Liquid poison contains both organic and inorganic liquid. Organic liquids are more volatile than inorganic liquid. Liquid poisons can be absorbed when administered orally by inhalation and through skin absorption. As organic liquids are vaporized, organic vapors are absorbed by lungs such as chloroform, acetone, etc. And the organic vapors which are soluble in the lipid gets easily absorbed through the skin, for example, furfural. The another category is gaseous poisons. Gaseous poisons are absorbed by inhalation such as carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, etc. In atmosphere, there are aerosol particles in air and these are either inhaled or deposited on the skin. They cause marked effect on the lungs when inhaled during breathing and causes obstruction into lungs. In comparison to those absorbed through the skin, fiber and dust are also examples of aerosols. The next category is medico-legal classification of poison. Based on intention behind the crime, poisons are classified into homicidal poison, suicidal poison, accidental poisons, abortifacient agents, stupefying agents which are used to cause bodily injury, cattle poisons, and the poisons which are used for malingering. In the medico-legal classification of poison, the first category is homicidal poison. The poison which are used to kill the other person are known as homicidal poisons such as aconite, Abrus precatorius, arsenic, etc. Now, what are the characteristics of homicidal poisons? Which type of substances are used for homicidal purposes? The substances which are tasteless odorless, colorless in nature, which can be easily mixed with the food, additives or other drinks, are the characteristics of homicidal poisons, so that the victim could not recognize its taste and consumes. Second category is suicidal poison. Suicidal poisons are those poisons which are used for self-killing, such as opium, barbiturates, agricultural poisons, etc. What are the agricultural poisons? Agricultural poisons includes organophosphorus compounds, organochloro compounds and carbamates. What are the characteristics of such type of a poison? Why such compounds are used for suicidal purpose? What are the features of such poisons? The substances which are tasteless, odorless and result into early death, less painful death, and which are easily available are used for self-killing or suicidal purpose. Another category is accidental poison. Accidental poisons are those poisons which cause toxicity by accidents or used in mistaken of others, such as snake bite, carbon monoxide are the example of accidental poisons, while sometimes child takes datura seeds in mistaken of capsicum seeds, as these seeds resemble to the capsicum seeds, because both the datura seeds and capsicum seeds are oval in shape and brown in color, and the only difference is the presence of double ridged border in datura seeds. So by mistakes, datura seeds can be consumed by children. Likewise, generation of carbon monoxide in a closed room or premises due to improper ventilation or due to incomplete combustion of fuel in automobiles results which may causes accidental death by asphyxia. As I told earlier, in the section of gaseous poison, snake bite and insect bite are also the example of accidental poison. Abortifacient poison. The abortifacient poisons which are used to procure abortion are known as abortifacient poison. For example, quinine, it is an alkaloid, calotropis, croton, oleander, marking nut, etc. These vegetable poisons are generally used in rural areas to procure abortion because of their easy availability in villages. In this category, calotropis is used to cause abortion by ingestion or by local application on an abortion stick. There are two varieties of calotropis, Calotropis gigantea and Calotropis procera, and the only difference in these two varieties is based on the presence of different flower. The plant which bears purple flower is a Calotropis gigantea, while the plant which bears white flower is a Calotropis procera. In oleander, the roots of oleander are commonly used for procuring abortion, and in croton oil is used to procure abortion, and this croton oil is extracted from the croton seed. Similarly, juice of marking nut is also used as an abortifacient by means of an abortion stick onto the uterus. So, these were the abortifacient poisons. Next category is stupefying agent or poisons. Stupefying agents are those substances which are used to stupefy a person. For example, datura, chlorohydrate, etc. These are used to rob the stranger or for the commitment of other crimes. How datura is used to stupefy a person? Datura seeds are crushed and then mixed with the additives and offers to a stranger, and then it acts on the central nervous system. It depresses the central nervous system and person become unconsciousness, and therefore is used to rob people, especially while journey. Agents which are used to cause bodily injury are also categorized in different classes. Usually corrosive acids are come in this class which cause injury on faces and known as vitriol throwing. In this, concentrated sulfuric acid is used. The another category is cattle poisons. Cattle poisons are the poisons which are used to kill livestock. For examples, Abrus precatorius, Calotropis, Croton, Nux vomica, etc. In Abrus precatorius, when seeds are swallowed, they are not poisonous. However, when extract of this seed is injected under the skin, in the form of a sui by pressing them into the skin of the person or animal by holding them between the fingers causes toxicity. So the animal become apathetic and drowsy and it is declined to take food. Its poisonous symptoms resemble those of viper bite. Injection of these suis results in local irritation, local erythema, necrosis, hemorrhages at the site of injection. This preparation is used for human as well as cattle poisoning. These suis are very fine, which are prepared by powdering the seeds followed by mixing with the opium, onion, dhatura and spirits or water and then shaped into small sharp needles and are allowed to harden by drying them in a sunlight. And sometimes calotropis juice is also used for cattle poisoning. Croton oil is also used as an arrow poison by wild tribes. Nux vomica is also used as a cattle poison to kill stray dogs and sometimes also as an arrow poison. Cattle poisoning has also been recorded with oleander. There is a separate category of poisonous substances which are used for malingering. Sometimes Semicarpus anacardium, Abrus precatorius, calotropis, etc. are used by malingers to escape from duties as it produces an artificial bruises at the site of application. Powder seeds of Abrus precatorius are also used by malingers to produce conjunctivitis to escape from duties and work. Calotropis is also used to produce artificial bruises. Semicarpus anacardium is also used by malingers to produce an artificial bruises to support a false charge. Another category is toxicoanalytical classification. Poison can be classified on the basis of methods which are used for extraction or analysis, that is the method which are used to extract the poisons or drug from the biological matrix, and on this basis these are categorized into gaseous, volatile poisons, organic non-volatile poisons, metallic poisons and anions. Therefore, this classification is known as toxicoanalytical classification. In this, first category is volatile and gaseous poisons, which are isolated by distillation, are categorized into this group, and the volatile substances can be separated from gaseous poison. And what are the volatile poison? Volatile substances are the substances such as methanol, ethanol, benzene, toluene, acetone, chloroform, chloral hydrate, etc. And what are the gaseous poisons? Example of gaseous poisons are ethanol, ethane, methane, butane, and the another category is organic non-volatile substances. The compounds which are isolated by solvent extraction methods include in this group. This is a very wide category of poisons which contains drugs such as opiates and synthetic narcotics, sedatives, hypnotics, stimulants, etc., along with the agricultural poisons which include insecticides, fungicides, herbicides, rodenticides, nematodicides, etc. In this group, pesticides can be separated from drugs, though both are organic non-volatile substances which are isolated by solvent extraction method. What are the opiates? Opiates are the alkaloids that derived from opium, and opiates are come under NDPS, that is narcotic drugs and psychotropic substances. These are central nervous system depressing drugs, and the alkaloids which are naturally derived from the opium are known as opiates. The main component, that is one of the major active constituents of opium, is a morphine, while heroin is an example of synthetic opiate. What are sedatives? Now what are sedatives? Sedatives are the sleep inducing drugs which depresses the central nervous system. What are hypnotics? Hypnotics are the muscles relaxant and are used to relieve anxiety. These are also central nervous system depressant. What are stimulants? LSD, amphetamine, cocaine, etc. All these are example of stimulant. Now agricultural poisons. Agricultural poisons itself is a huge category of poisons, comes under non-volatile organic poisons such as insecticides, fungicides, herbicides, rodenticides, nematodicides, etc. And the main toxic compounds are organophosphorus insecticides, organochloroinsecticides, and carbamates. So all these opiates, sedatives, hypnotics, stimulants, insecticides, fungicides, herbicides, rodenticides, nematodicides, etc. come under non-volatile organic poison. Another category is a metallic poison. The substances which are isolated by dry ash method or by wet digestion methods are constituting this group. The commonest poison of this group are arsenic, lead, mercury, antimony, bismuth, etc. Another category is anions. Anions are isolated by dialysis. Most commonly encountered anions in poisoning cases are bromide, cyanide, fluoride, hypochlorite, nitrate, nitrite, phosphate, sulfite, sulfate, etc. So this was an overview about how we can classify poison in a different category on the basis of their mode of action, on the basis of their physical state. So it would have sharpened your knowledge about the classification of a poison. Thank you.